Oh, hello, fourth grade. I'm going to take a trip back to third grade today. Remember the good old days. We're going to spend the next few days talking about perimeter and area, which I believe you learned about in third grade. But I want to review a little because really I'm going to teach you a few strategies here. And strat number 1 is going to be the tiling strategy that I am pretty sure you learned in third grade. If I'm wrong, this will be new. If I'm right, this will be a review for you. So turn to a new page in your math notebook. Area and perimeter strategy number 1, tiling. And when you've got that written down, close your notebook up and listen and think with me, and hopefully this will come back to mind. So let's talk about finding the area and the perimeter of a parking spot for my car. I have a pretty small car. I can squeeze it into some small parking spots. And if I needed to have a parking spot drawn perfectly for my car, first thing to review is the area is the amount of space inside the parking spot. Like how much, like all of this is considered the area. Like if I were to paint it or, put carpet over it or something like that, it's like how much flat space I would need to kind of cover that up. And the perimeter is the distance around the figure. So like this, how far it is to go around it. And so when we look at those two things, so my car, I'm going to estimate here, my car is probably about 5 feet this way, if this is the front of my car, like from one wheel to the other. And it's probably about, let's see, I can fit my bike in the back plus me. I'm going to guess it's about 9 feet this way. I could be estimating poorly, but let's just say I needed to make a parking spot for my 9 feet by 5 feet car. So here's what I think you learned last year. When I want to look at how much space and how much perimeter I'm going to use, what I'm going to actually do is draw in partitions and tiles for these feet. So if this is 5 feet long, I'm going to partition it into 5 feet. Here's 1 foot, 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 feet. And then I'm going to do the same for 9 feet up here. So 1, 2, it's kind of like doing a number line. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, do I have 9? Let's see. 1. This is a foot, right? It's from here to here is a foot. It's not like the partition, like on a number line. It's like the space, from 0 to 1. Here's my first like ruler. 1 ruler, 2 rulers, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I were to get my rulers, my 9th ruler would end kind of right at the end here. And then I'm going to extend those all the way across. Let me change colors here. So these are going to go all the way down here. And these are going to go all the way across here. And these are what I call tiles. I've made what I call tiles here. So this is why it's called the tiling strategy. And so each of these tiles on the inside helps me find the area, because this is 1. I need an arrow. That is 1 square foot. It is a 1 foot by 1 foot square. 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot. So it's a 1 square foot tile, this right here. That's 1 square foot. And so to find the area of my thing, I just count up my 1 square foot tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So I can count by 5s, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So altogether I have 45 of these. So I would say it's 45 square feet. Not feet, because these are squares. What I'm measuring is these tiles. That is a foot by a foot by a foot by a foot. It's a square foot. So that's my area in square feet. I just count. I make those tiles, and I count the tiles, and I've got the square feet. Perimeter is how far I go around the outside. Like if I were to paint the outside of my parking spot, like paint the edges, I'll count that up. So now, thanks to making those tiles, I can count them. Remember, I'm not counting here, I'm counting here. How many 1 foot like rulers go around my thing? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 rulers go around there. So my perimeter is 28. And now notice I'm not counting squares anymore. Now I'm just counting rulers. Like this is actually just a foot. And this is actually just a foot. And this is actually just a foot. So I don't have to say square feet. It's really just 28 feet. Perimeter, I'm counting these, which are just feet. Area, I'm counting these, which are called square feet. So they have different units, but they're both really easy to find. Okay, open up your math notebook. Let's do one together. A lot of area and perimeter problems are about gardens. I don't know. Whenever you get to this part of math, everybody's building gardens in their yard. So I figure to do a really good job, we probably ought to do a garden problem. So let's do it. So let's build a rectangular garden. And the rectangular garden will be, let's say, 3 feet. No, let's not do feet. That's boring. Let's do a better unit. Let's see. Why don't we do 3 meters this way? It's a nice big garden. 3 meters in one direction. I'm trying to estimate how many of those would fit here. Let's say this is going to be about 10 meters. To estimate how long I think that is. So I'm going to build a garden that is 3 meters this way and 10 meters this way. Let's find the area and the perimeter. I'm going to move those. I don't want to put those there. I'm going to be too bunched up. Let's find the area and the perimeter of this garden. Alright, so the area, that is the space inside, and perimeter is the distance around, just in case you forgot what those words mean. Area is this inside space, perimeter is the distance around it. So let's calculate those. So now I'm going to tile, so this is called tiling, the strategy I'm showing you here. So I'm gonna draw, so this is 3 meters, so I'm gonna split this into like 3 meter sticks. 1, 2, 3 to show my 3 meters. And this is 10 meters, so I'm going to split it into 10 meter sticks. So my 5th one's going to be here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And you'll notice when I did those little partitions, it was kind of hard for me to make sure I had the right number. So be careful when you do it. It's easy to count these instead of counting these, and you'll make a mistake if you do that. Alright, so now that I've got my partitions, time to extend them so they go all the way across. Those 3 meters go all the way across, and then these 10 meters go all the way down. And there you go. Now I'm all ready to find the answer. I've got my tiles. Those are called tiles right there. Each tile is 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter. So we call this 1 square meter. All right, it's like the space in here. So I'm just going to count up. So my area is the space inside. How many square meters are there? There are 10, 20, 30 square meters. I'm really just taking these things and counting them up. There's 30 of those. That is the, the space to plant. That's where I would plant the stuff in the garden, in those 30 square meters. All right, perimeter is the distance around it. I am going to count up my little rulers here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 of these. So remember, perimeter, I'm counting these. That's 1 meter. And I'm not making squares anymore. I'm just counting meters. So my distance around it was 26 meters. So in the garden, the 30 square meters is where I would plant stuff. The 30 meters would be something like building a fence around it. Or, a border around it. It's kind of like what would go around the side. So like a fence that was just straight would go around it. And then I'd have dirt in all these 30 square meters in the middle. So that's what area and perimeter are, a 3rd grade style, I think, unless it's brand new to you and it's 4th grade style. Once you have a real nice, neat example in your notebook, make sure you know the following things in your example. I want you to know the tiling, what it's called. Know the difference between a square meter and a regular meter. And know the difference between area and perimeter. And I think you should be good. So that's all key points there. Once you feel like you have a good handle on this, you're all set. Can't wait to see you tomorrow.